Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So there is a little bit of market panic that is going on and many stocks have gotten discounted. Is this a good time to buy such stocks? So let me start with an example right off the bat. So for example, here you will see that CAMS has fallen from its top जो उसने बनाया था by approximately 22%. Now just 15-20 days back, CAMS was a great stock. Now because it has fallen by 22%, then people are saying that इससे फालतू stock हो ही नहीं सकता. So is CAMS a good stock, bad stock? How you should go about analyzing it. So I'll give you some pointers by hopefully if you watch this entire video, you will at least understand the process of analyzing a stock, right? I'll pick a few examples along the way. It will give you more clarity. Now, one quick input that is given by many seasoned investors is that, you know what, आप 10 साल की report पढ़ लो, 10 साल की annual report पढ़ लो, read like conference call data also, but क्या पढ़ो उसमें से, right? So and that's the most important point because every stock works differently. So okay, so very quickly, जैसे for example, if you go on CAMS and take a look at this, so you'll see कि यार numbers बढ़िया हैं, right? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि यार sales नहीं बढ़ रही इनकी या profits नहीं बढ़ रहे, right? So this is fine, right? This is something that you can check. Now you are getting to buy this stock at like 20% discount or 22% discount, right? Then what you will do? You will go and you will check कि यार देखो price rise देखें, तो then 2000 से लेके, right? It went all the way till 4367, so 100% run up हो गया था stock में, right? And now it is corrected by 20%. तो discounted है नहीं है, how do we analyze, right? So okay, so here are a few quick points that I will tell you. Number one thing is that you must understand about the industry. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैम्स किस इंडस्ट्री में? कैम्स है म्यूचुअल फंड वगैरह, स्टॉक इन्वेस्टिंग इंडस्ट्री में. सो इफ द प्रोग्नोसिस इज दैट इन द नेक्स्ट लेग दैट हैपेंस इन द म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री बढ़ता चला जाएगा, एसआईपी कंटिन्यू होंगी लोगों की, सो देन अ स्टॉक लाइक कैम्स विल कंटिन्यू टू गिव अ रन अप. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो अगर म्यूचुअल फंड्स में एसआईपीज जारी रहेंगी, देन यू नो व्हाट, समथिंग लाइक कैम्स कैन गिव और कंटिन्यू टू गिव गुड रन अप, राइट? व्हाई? बिकॉज द इंडस्ट्री इज डूइंग वेल. Now, idea क्या है कि for example, now people are getting scared and CAMS, by the way, it was there in my portfolio. I'm still holding it. I am not adding more positions. I'm not going to reveal. I only talk about such things on my member community because openly कुछ भी बता दो, कल से trolling शुरू हो जाएगी if the stock does not starts running from tomorrow, right? So I mean, honestly, there is just no point in you're addressing trolls, right? I mean, उनका काम ही है कि बस घोट निकालते रहो और किसी में अपने ऊपर कोई accountability मत रखो. So anyways, coming back to the topic. See, the idea is that you should actually buy इंडस्ट्रीज जो अभी पिटी पिटाई हैं. ओके, पिटी पिटाई का मतलब मैं आपको एग्जांपल से बताता हूँ. फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे स्टील इंडस्ट्री है. नाउ स्टील इंडस्ट्री रेवेन्यूज डिपेंड ऑन व्हाट? वेल, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्राइस ऑफ स्टील. कि अगर स्टील की प्राइस कम है तो रेवेन्यूज भी कम होंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि भाई कोई भी आप स्टील की चीज़ बना रहे हो, इट विल बी सोल्ड एज पर वेट टाइम्स प्राइस, राइट? अगर बहुत ही बेसिक सा फॉर्मूला निकालें. सो इफ दी स्टील प्राइसेज राइट नाउ आर एब्सोल्यूट लो and if you are feeling, you know what, okay, in the next 1 year or 2 years, macroeconomics tells us that steel demand is going to rise, then probably doing that swing on that industry makes a lot of sense. Okay, so this is literally point number one. And then you need to ask a very basic question about the industry. In fact, two things that you need to ask about the industry. Number one thing is that, hey, will the demand for this industry go up, right? So जैसे steel है तो steel कम क्यों हुआ था प्राइस, राइट? वाई? बिकॉज चाइना इशू, कि चाइना से स्टील डिमांड बहुत आती थी एंड चाइना वॉज द बिगेस्ट कंज्यूमर ऑफ स्टील इन अ वे. वाई? बिकॉज देयर रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री वॉज डूइंग वेरी वेल. नाउ for the last 2-3 years, Chinese real estate has been doing really bad and one could argue that it has bottomed out. Okay, so now abhi to sab pit pita gaye and maybe it will take like 1 year 2 year to recover, I don't know, but whenever recovery happens the steel price will recover with it. It's cyclical, right? आप देख लो इस तरीके से चलती है इसकी साइकिल, right? So this is one, and this is where the opportunity lies, or at least one of the opportunity lies. In fact, I myself do not invest heavily in capital intensive companies, but whenever there is an opportunity, you have to analyze it and accordingly pick some opportunistic bets. Okay, so this is the bottom line that I'm trying to coach you on. Related point here would be that you look at the demand of steel in India, चाहे वो ऊपर जाएगी कि नीचे जाएगी. So this is where the situation is that if you look at the per capita consumption of steel in India, अभी it is only at 77. Okay, China made 646, right? Globally 233 average होता है, rest of the द वर्ल्ड में इतना है, तो इंडिया में देयर इज स्कोप फॉर इंक्रीजिंग दिस डिमांड. एंड अगर आप कुछ इंडस्ट्री रिपोर्ट्स भी पढ़ोगे, राइट, सो फॉर एग्जांपल हियर इज एन इंडस्ट्री रिपोर्ट फॉर यू. इट एस्टिमेट्स दैट इन द नेक्स्ट 5 years the steel industry or the consumption of steel pipes and tubes will grow at roughly 8 to 9%. Now for a commodity product this is fairly high, right? So these are basic building blocks. अब आपको करना क्या है कि go and pick out a company which is doing well or which is likely to do well in this segment and उसका आप analysis करके देख लो, right? Now I'm going to speak about a company called as High Tech Pipes. क्या ये recommendation है? Absolutely not. Am I buying it myself? Absolutely not अभी. I'm just teaching you how to recognize these type of stocks. That's it. Okay, I might buy it, it might be on my watch list, when will I do it, all that stuff. Again, this is not a stock recommendation. I explain you all the logic, facts, other data points on my member community. मैं detailed reports लिखता हूँ इन सब companies के बारे में. So in case you are interested, and again that's not a recommendation advice, I am simply pointing you in the right direction. So why did I pick this company? It is very simple and there are two reasons, right? So one is that it's capacity expansion. इस कंपनी के पास 4 मेजर फैक्ट्रीज हैं, राइट, एंड फॉर द लास्ट, अगर हम 4 साल का डेटा देख लें, 1 2 3 4 5 लास्ट 5 years डेटा, दे हैव एक्सपैंडेड देयर कैपेसिटी इन ऑल ऑफ दीज segments or all of these factories. They have increased their capacity. This is point 1. Point 2 is that I am looking at a company which will not get hampered by exporting, right? So जैसे अगर आप इस कंपनी का ओवरऑल बिजनेस देखो, so what you will realize is that almost 97% of its revenue comes from India. Okay, अब आप बोलोगे कि अच्छा you just said कि अच्छा चाइना से अगर डिमांड आएगी स्टील की, so then how will this company benefit? Well, because the price of steel worldwide goes up, no? So जो इंडियन स्टील होगी, जो कंजम्पशन होगा इंडियन स्टील का, so that price is also likely to go up. So that is the play. But at least they will not get hit by external factors, जैसे कि अगर चाइना ने ड्यूटी लगा दी ज़्यादा, राइट, ऑन इंडियन स्टील एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. सो वो है, ऑपोजिट भी हो सकता है कि राइट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे ड्यूटी कम कर दी इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने ऑन स्टील, सो देन क्या होगा कि चाइना से जो स्टील प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, इट माइट कम. सो दैट रिस्क इज ऑलवेज देयर, बट इट्स लोअर व्हेन यू आर doing a domestic play. So from that note, this company does a domestic play, so it makes sense. So I hope that these basic points are clear कि आपने industry analysis कर ली, and very quick do a stock analysis. So what is it that this company is doing? So number one thing is that see, the market cap of this company is only 2000 crore. So it is a high risk high reward type of a setup. अब जैसे small cap mid cap में हम जाके PE ratio देखने लग जाते हैं बहुत closely, right? So and to understand the valuation. ओके, अब एक नेचुरल क्वेश्चन आता है कि अच्छा यार पीई तो आपने 48 बोल दिया, राइट, येस दिस इज वेरी हाई पीई फॉर अ स्टील स्टॉक, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट, बट पीई रेशियो यू हैव टू सी इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट of the size of the company. For example, DMart है, तो DMart का PE right now is close to like 110. Okay, so now what is the size of DMart? It is a ultra large cap company, so to say. Okay, so and what about like small cap companies? तो बहुत सारी small cap company है जो 150 के PE पे भी चलती हैं. Why? Because PE का मतलब क्या होता है? PE का मतलब होता है कि growth rate that the market is giving, they are expecting the company to double in size every, let's say 2 to 3 years or 3 to 6 years or something like this. So जो large cap companies होते हैं DMart type, in how many years do you think it will double its market cap? यार टाइम लगेगा, because it's a large cap company. जो small cap होती हैं उसमें इतना टाइम नहीं लगता है. If the business is good, it's expanding, it's reducing its borrowing, all that stuff. If the industry is propelling its business, सो ये सब चीज़ें आपको देखनी होती हैं, एंड पी इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ दैट यू हैव टू सर्च. ओके, सो दीज आर ऑल सिग्निफिकेंट पॉइंट्स दैट यू नीड टू लर्न. मैं आपको ओपन वीडियोस में एक एक चीज़ करके नहीं बता सकता. यू हैव टू लर्न दीज थिंग्स सिस्टमैटिकली एंड ऑल दैट. सो आई डू रन कोर्सेज. सो इन केस योर गाइज आर इंटरेस्टेड इन लर्निंग इंटेंसिवली, देन यू कैन ऑलवेज अवेल देम. आई विल पुट द लिंक्स इन डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड कॉमेंट बॉक्स. सो कमिंग बैक एंड कंप्लीटिंग आर एनालिसिस. सो इफ यू टेक अ लुक, राइट, कि अच्छा इज बिजनेस एक्सपैंडिंग फॉर द कंपनी? येस. ओके, is the profits going up for the company? The answer is yes. The only issue that remains on this company is the valuation. For example, आप PE देख लो तो PE expand हो चुका है अभी. But again, if you think about it, that steel में क्या होता है, तो steel में the cycle is fairly long. आप देख सकते हो कि इस तरीके की साइकिल चलती है इसमें, right? This could also be a cycle. Okay, so ये अभी aggregation चल रहा है, right? अब हो सकता है कि ऐसे आपको opportunity मिल जाए एक बार. So whenever you get an opportunity, keep these type of stocks on your radar. Again, this is not a buy sell recommendation. In fact, जो small cap companies होती हैं उसमें, because the data is not that clear many a times. So for us also, it's not so easy to just look at the data and see कि अच्छा, you know what, this is like great company or not great company. हम public data ही analyze कर रहे हैं. So I'm just teaching you how to do that. So okay, so first point is that do the industry analysis. Number 2, do the stock specific fundamental analysis. Also look at shareholder patterns. Okay, so for example, here you will see that promoters ने ऐसे कोई खास अपनी स्टॉक होल्डिंग घटाई नहीं, FIIs have increased their holding, DIIs have increased their holding. So this is net a healthy sign कि public के पास कम जा रहा है and FIIs, DII promoter के पास ज़्यादा जा रहा है, right? So they are trusting the stock. That is one could argue. Okay. Now the next and final point is that you must understand the red flags. So यहाँ जब आप annual report पढ़ते हो तो definitely look at like how much capacity is it expanding? Is it increasing its fixed capacity? So ये data कहाँ मिलेगा आपको, right? So आप जाओ balance sheet पे, right? So let me just pull it up. So आप देख सकते हो कि fixed assets जो कंपनी ने है वो बढ़ाए हैं, right? So this is a good point from that angle कि अच्छा company is expanding capacity, which means कि it would want to manufacture more. Now if it manufactures more of its product, manufacturing sector की growth अगर होगी इंडिया में, steel sector वापस आएगा. So yeah, this company might benefit from that perspective. Now then comes the next point and final point जो होता है red flag analysis. Now red flag analysis क्या होता है? जैसे कई सारी companies होती हैं उसमें debt बहुत ज़्यादा होती है, right? So for example यहाँ पे if you look at the debt to equity ratio, it is 63%. Now this is very high, right? But usually now you need to understand the nature of the stock, that okay, for a small cap company having higher debt is okay, right? I mean, I'm not saying that it's great, but it is okay. Why? Because small cap होते हैं या startups होते हैं, right? I mean, they require debt, right? I mean, in order to grow, otherwise where will they get the capital from? तो उनकी debt high होना is not necessarily a problem, simply because कि these companies can grow faster and एक बार उनका turnaround आ गया तो they can pay off their debt fairly quickly. So this is one. यहाँ पे related point होता है कि look at the nature of the business. For example, steel हो गया, rail हो गया, इस तरीके के जो business होते हैं capital intensive, इसमें you have to take debt in order to expand. So ये तो है ही, right? I mean, for example, if you go and take a look at Adani business, उनकी तो 800% debt है. I'm not saying 100%, 800%, 900% debt है. So which is like absolute crazy, right? So capital intensive businesses you will find it. So this is a red flag analysis that you have to do. I'm not saying that this is good or bad. I'm just simply helping you understand the context. Number 2 point as to how you can do red flag analysis is that you go on conference call data. Now I've picked some segments from it, so I'll just take you through it. जैसे रेड फ्लैग होता गया कि फॉर एग्जांपल इनसे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज रिगार्डिंग मार्जिन कि भाई आपका मार्जिन कम क्यों है, राइट? सो देन द कंपनी ऑफर्ड एन एंटायर एक्सप्लेनेशन कि देखो यार जो हमारे कंपेरेटर्स हैं दे आर एडिंग वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स, हम लोग अभी रॉ स्टील टाइप के प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहे हैं तो वैल्यू एडिंग इतनी हो नहीं रही है तो हमारे मार्जिन कम है. ओके, सेंसिबल एक्सप्लेनेशन. देन यू नीड टू फिगर आउट दैट ओके इज दिस कंपनी गोइंग टू गेट इनटू वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स. सो येस, दिस हैज ऑल्सो बीन कवर्ड इन देयर कॉन कॉल रिपोर्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप यहाँ से देख सकते हो दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स कि अभी हम आगे चल के बढ़ाने वाले हैं एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. सो कि गाइडेंस दी हुई है. अब ये गारंटी थोड़ी होती है कि यार कर लेंगे, लेकिन ओके एटलीस्ट दिख रहा है कि अच्छा कंपनी अंडरस्टैंड्स कि अच्छा वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे कम है, देयरफॉर मार्जिन्स आर लो. Our competitors are doing it, we will also emulate them. We are on that track. अब झूठ बोल रहे हैं, सच बोल रहे हैं, अब यार वो तो impossible है figure out करना. We can just go by whatever is being explained. Okay, so the last point that you need to understand is कि देखो यार आपने pro and con analysis कर लिया, industry analysis कर लिया, company analysis कर लिया, then you need to look for triggers for growth. जैसे triggers for growth in this industry could be change in steel price. अब आपको again I will reflect that chart again. For example, take a look at it here, right? काफ़ी गिर गया था steel price. अब यहाँ से steel price should go down or up. I don't know. Okay. So most likely chances are that it could go up. So this will be a positive trigger for the company. So what could be another trigger? It could be trigger for domestic growth. जैसे for example अभी real estate ने काफ़ी bulk run up दिया हुआ है. जैसे for example India Bulls housing real estate था. Now that was in my portfolio. It has given more than 100% run up now. Reason is कि real estate industry का bounce back हो रहा. So I was speaking about it for the last 1.5 years ago. And in fact I purchased a lot of real estate. All that has gone up. जिनने भी खरीदे होंगे उनकी भी real estate बढ़ गए होंगे. The reason is that real estate was in growth cycle, right? Now if this real estate cycle continues, usually real estate cycle is 7-8 years. Now if you feel that अच्छा अगले 2-3 साल तक again real estate cycle will continue, right? Then what will happen? Again the demand of steel is going to be crazy, right? So that's just one part of it. Just a real estate sector bounce back. Is it likely to get picked up from this point or slow down? I don't think that real estate is slowing down. We are still in year 3-4 of that 7-8 year real estate cycle. So I don't think that it is going to get crushed. अब इसका ये मतलब नहीं है आ जाके 2 BHK खरीद लो and then you blame it on to me कि यार हमने खरीद लिया था, आपने बोला real estate बढ़ेगा, नहीं बढ़ा. I cannot comment at like that segmental level कि आपने नोएडा में फलाना ढीमका बिल्डर से you have purchased it at hyper inflated prices and it's not giving you run up. It's not my fault. Okay, so I'm telling whenever I say that real estate is good, it means good real estate is good. Similarly, good stocks are good, not every type of stock. Okay, so anyways on these type of capital intensive businesses you have to do pro con analysis. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपको सब अच्छे signals मिल जाएंगे and ऐसा भी नहीं होगा that all signals are bad. It will be a mix. Then you have to make a call as per your portfolio. So if you want to learn how to do portfolio construction, retirement planning, what type of stocks to add, what type of stocks to avoid as per your risk profile. So all this needs to be systematically learned. Again, I run courses in case you guys are interested. A new batch is starting where I teach live. Everything is taught over 4 days. You will learn about stock investing very, very intensively, right? And my stock market course completion rate is 95% plus. So people who sign up for the course, 95% people complete those courses, right? That's the most important part. Though for MOOCs courses, recorded courses, the completion rate is less than 5%, right? That's what industry standard is. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. It gave you an idea, perspective on how to analyze a stock. If you did, do press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.